Hello Aquarius, this is Tarot Queen Jamila. I'm here to do your compatibility reading. This will be for February, March, and April of 2017. This is a lover's compatibility reading, so it's just going to measure, I guess weak areas, strong areas. I can tell you that at the basis of everybody, there is a basic human emotional need that exists in all of us. And air sign people are really interesting because I've heard them say that there's something like water signs. Water signs govern over emotions, okay? So air signs is more so communication. It is a masculine energy. So it is different, and it does work differently because a lot of people don't understand what it takes emotionally, okay? So I just want to look over the compatibility for, this will be for all Aquarius relationships in general. I will be using the Pagan Tarot deck to do it. And make sure that you subscribe to the channel, and if you want a private reading, the link to my website is in the video description box, okay? So I'm just going to call to the spirits for the Aquariuses. Aquariuses in relationships, February, March, April 2017. I am looking for what is the current, what's the basis of the connection? So what's the foundation? What's the foundation? What is the intellectual compatibility, the emotional compatibility? And then I'll look at the past and like an outcome. So I decided to do this because I thought that there was a lot of compatibility issues. You want to look at your 13th sign, astrology sign, and because compatibility means that incompatibility in the spirit. Okay, there's an incompatibility in the spirit. You want to be with this person, but there's something else that is meant for that person to be spiritually or to do spiritually. So your relationship, has a lot to do with your job. It shapes your job. It shapes your money. It shapes the foundation, of your money. And so, it can have a lasting effect. So that's why I decided to do these compatibility readings because, there's some people that, if you were compatible 10 years ago, there's a chance that you could have changed in between that time. Okay? So it's devastating for a lot of people sometimes, but I will see what's going on with the Aquariuses. And I knew it. There's a burden. There's a very, very heavy burden. Okay? And as I was saying, I can already tell that for a lot of Aquarius couples, there has been a change in the emotional compatibility. So you're feeling as though my partner has changed on me. Now, right now, there is some sort of burden because this Ten of Wands, this is definitely burden. This is when something is weighing in heavily or over you. Let me move my glasses. This is when something is weighing in on you. Now 9 times out of 10, what this Ten of Wands means is that you placing a lot of burden on your partner because you're not really showing them a lot of love. They're giving their all. This is actually this card actually represents your partner. Okay, I'll call her back. Sorry about that. I got a phone call, guys. I'll call her back when I'm done. The Ten of Wands. It lets me know that there's a burden. Spirits, give me clarity on the Ten of Wands for the Aquariuses. What exactly is it? Now, a lot of times that burden can be about winning, okay? And it's definitely looks like it's a crossroads. So I kind of feel as though, Aquarius, you've got some false friends because the High Priestess is in the past. Now, your outcome card is the Four of Swords. So what this says to me is the energy of let's reevaluate and see, where it is at. Now, again, this is a general reading, so if it doesn't resonate for you, then you'll probably want to get a private reading or either But I'm going to see what's going on with this in the past with the High Priestess. Now, your intellectual compatibility with your partner is amazing. Okay, because the Eight of Pentacles comes up. So this is really good. I get the sense that your partner is probably water sign. I'm picking up on Scorpio. And, I'm picking up that you guys have this amazing energy together. It's causing problems, though, because sometimes your partner is like, well, hey, I'm going to give you guys a perfect example. In that it's a movie. Actually, I always have my movie references. When the psychic, her man was trying to tell her, hey, let this go, and she wouldn't let it go, and vice versa. So I feel as though your partner's kind of nudging you and saying, hey, let this situation go, whatever it is. Now, together in your relationship, you can see that somebody is definitely causing some burden. The High Priestess is in the past, which I feel it represents your partner. Okay, yeah. Six of Cups turns over, and so I feel like there's a lot of happiness in the past. Again, I'm still picking up on water sign energy, maybe Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. So I do feel the intellectual compatibility, but something has changed in the emotional compatibility. I'm going to ask Spirit what exactly that is. There's been a change, and it might be a positive change, because sometimes you do have to kind of re-examine your relationship and just figure out if it's what you want, or if you need to like renegotiate some of the terms. So you got the Six of Wands. I feel like Spirit is saying to be positive. I feel like the Six of Wands is that positive energy. And then Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so I feel like there's going to be a restart. I feel like the Six of Wands, it does represent support either from a church, support from, your support from your friends, your church family. Hold on a minute. I'm sorry, guys. So, going back in the past, I'm going to ask Spirit to give me more clarification on the Six of Cups. Spirits, give me clarification on the Six of Cups in the past. Okay, so the Death card comes up. So there was some really intense feelings about, maybe that came about during a family reunion. Maybe there was, conversation. Maybe somebody was talking about something. And then the Death card comes up. So, this is where there is a lot of intense emotions and maybe even a funeral. Now, the Sun card comes up. So I feel as though it's a possibility that, in the past, there was I do feel like your partner definitely did get you through some sort of experience, Now, in the future, again, the Four of Swords comes up. That does kind of let me know that, maybe there's going to be separation, or maybe feeling separated and feeling like you, or maybe just, because sometimes with the Four of Swords in a love reading means that you're kind of like, you've went through a difficult time, and now you're sitting back and you're saying, okay, how can we make it work? So this means kind of like maybe mediation. Also, it's advised to, get rest, as well as, positive energy with the Six of Wands represents the law of attraction, represents the number 6 is the number of return in the Ace of Pentacles. Now the wheel, I want to ask Spirit, what was the change that happened? Okay, so the Two of Wands comes up. So I feel like the change happened. Oh goodness, possibly what I'm picking up is possibly that maybe there could have been, a twin flame that could have popped up either for you or your partner on the outside of your relationship, and it's made it extremely difficult. Okay, I do feel like the Novice of Wands represents whoever this person is having some sort of effect emotionally. But I do feel like, I'm just going to draw another card. Yeah, it is causing some emotional difficulty, and it's probably even causing a lot of anger, to the point where it's kind of like, things, you're just like, you changed, ever since you ran into this person. And it's a possibility that it could be someone within, like I said, within your, close to your family, because that Six of Cups comes up. Spirits, what advice would you offer to the Aquariuses in general? Okay, so the Three of Cups comes up. So I feel as though there is going to be an opportunity for you to regain your happiness right now with this Ten of Wands and this Two of Swords. This is a crossroads. And really the Two of Swords is very serious, so I'm planning on clarifying that. With the Three of Cups right here, I almost feel like throwing my dice on this, but I'm not necessarily prepared to use my dice right now. I can throw them, I can see certain constellations and even pictures in the dice sometimes when I see them. Certain codes that are in them. So anyway, spirits, give me clarity on this Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords does represent a make or break period, in a relationship, okay? Okay, the Magician. So this is about you got a lot of cards in here pointing to competition, and especially with this High Priestess and the Law of Attraction, I get the sense that you've been sort of trying to change the situation using esoteric knowledge. However, if it's meant for it to end at some point, or either cool down, the Four of Swords is kind of when it could be a separation. It could be that they're going to be away for a while. And with the Six of Wands represents support also, from family and friends. Now the Ace of Pentacles does come up, means that your new job, okay, that means some sort of new job, new opportunity, just starting over, okay. And the Three of Cups is some sort of, reunion with self. I always see the Three of Cups is some like triple goddess. I think the triple goddess is within all of us. A lot of times people will say, well, with three witches, yeah, that's some power, okay? I haven't seen, the most that I've seen, I do see that you are dealing with a very powerful person with the High Priestess. I do feel as though I'm just going to be honest, a majority of you Aquariuses could possibly be going through some sort of divorce or separation, okay? And, I can see from the cards that it's the situation, the relationship has sort of made you unhappy for quite some time anyway. So with support of family and friends and just doing the right thing, because they've been telling you to move forward or either, do something about it, So I do see maybe new career, maybe starting over, maybe some sort of settlement, possibly, especially if you're getting a divorce. And, I do feel as though with the Three of Cups coming up, so I do see that, I do feel like some Aquariuses might need to come and get some private readings about what's going on, just looking at the cards and the way that they've laid themselves out. I can, just to let you know, I can see currently with the intellectual compatibility being the Eight of Pentacles, it's probably not where it should be with the Eight of Pentacles, especially if it's more of a long-term situation. So that could be good or bad. Now, the Nine of Pentacles comes up to clarify that. So it's almost like in the relationship with the Nine of Pentacles coming up, I'm going to be honest with you. You're looking for a way out every single time. You're still looking. I feel like you and your partner, or either one or both. Okay? Because the Ace of Wands comes up. It's almost like, you're starting over or something. You know what I mean? And it's something that I feel has been a burden on you. But for some reason, this situation, Spirits is telling me, you want to get back to, being yourself, getting back to the things that you enjoy doing. It's obvious some manipulation happening here. Spirits, give me clarity on the Magician. Okay, the Tower. So what the Tower represents is change. And how you're going to respond to that change, you probably want to use better judgment. Definitely when judgment comes out of a reading, we want to look at past life. Okay. Ace of Swords kind of means that, the situation has been sort of, ending itself for a while. Okay. Now the Ten of Cups is next. So, I'm sort of looking in the past a little bit. So you can really see that, just a lot of, emotional security. But something changed. There was a change that came in through Spirit. Spirits, give me clarity on that, please. Okay, so the Three of Pentacles came up. So what this says to me is that there is some sort of, now the Hierophant didn't come up yet, but the Sun card did. And also as well as the High Priestess. Behind that was the Death card and the Six of Cups, representing that, that whatever it is, it's kind of like a relationship that's really not slated to go anywhere, because it's kind of like, it's just kind of like a sex, maybe, possibly. It just kind of feels good. It's warm. It's friendship. It seems more like with the compatibility of your current relationship, whoever this is meant for. With the intellectual compatibility, again, I do see this good dynamic between the two of you. But when it does go further, you're looking for someone else. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you're looking for somebody better. So I couldn't. I mean, a lot of people wouldn't rather be alone than to do that. I don't think anybody wants to be alone, but it's kind of like sometimes you gotta, it's hard being alone. But it just seems as though, from what I'm looking at now, again, I do feel like this person has some sort of close relation to your family. I do believe that the thing is going to work itself out. However, I feel like it's long off. And that Six of Wands, to go from the Four of Swords to the Six of Wands, that's going to take some time. Now, I would have rather it seen the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords at least represents somebody being over something, or somebody, getting past a negative phase. But with the Four of Swords and then the Eight of Pentacles, it just seems as though, things are just kind of being blocked or held back, And I think that what the Aquarius is upset about is that emotionally, they're not necessarily being taken care of in the relationship. So that is something that is important. I mean, at the end of the day, if you can't trust your partner, who can you trust to be there for you emotionally? Instead, what you're getting is change, and your partner seems to be more so showing an attraction to something else, and it does make you jealous. So with the Three of Pentacles, I do feel as though the Three of Pentacles does represent maybe esoteric knowledge being used or something, with you got to connect with the goddess within yourself, is what I believe that the Three of Pentacles represents, because it does represent abundance. Now, I am looking in the past. So, this is a relationship that definitely did make you feel very happy, in particular financially. But there's an emotional need that wasn't met, and it seems like that. Now, first of all, I want to tell you that, you know, I do feel like there's going to be some twin flame reunions, because I feel like if you are an Aquarius and you're in a relationship right now with somebody that's not making you happy, or the situation doesn't make you happy, then I feel like it's the energy of your twin flame, because they are searching for you. Okay, they're probably in just as much pain and burden, or under as much burden as you are. And the problem is that, you know, when you do stumble upon people like this or this person, you won't notice them because of their burden. So that's, you know, that's kind of selfish. You know, I do feel like this person is going to be a fire sign individual. And I feel like the spirit comes through and it sort of upsets everything. So right now you're dealing with a lot of anger, a lot of resentment. Your partner could possibly be showing more respect to, you know, another woman, you know, and it's making you jealous with the high priestess, you know, coming up in the past. So the high priestess was sort of, this was your past card. And then I just, you know, what was crossing you was the 6 of Cups. So a lot of intense feelings, a lot of intense sexual feelings. And I do feel as though the relationship that you've been in, whether or not it's been 10 years, 1 year, 5 years, it's been meant to prepare you. Okay? I feel like it's been meant to prepare you. So I feel like it's total new career. You know, maybe you're going to get into, you know, some sort of spiritual practice, you know. Or maybe you're going to do it for, you know, just do it for yourself so that you can have a new beginning. And it looks like a new career of some sort. So if you want a private reading, Aquarius, men and women, you can come to me. Link is in the video description box. I do readings for men too. So if you have any questions, you can definitely hit me up. Thank you so much for watching. I know that I'm right. I know I called it down on the reading. So make sure you thumbs up this video. Leave a message or leave a comment if it resonates with you, or if you have any questions about private reading and then other spiritual services that I work. So contact me for spells that work. I do spell consults. And I'll talk to you guys later. Namaste.